A warm good evening, all of you. And we have with us another of our very bright students, Dr. Hena Fatima. And she has cleared her FMGE with very good score in her first attempt. Welcome, Dr. Hena, and it's really nice to have you with us. I knew that you would pass the exam in first attempt, but this such amazing scores. Really, really proud of you.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me here.
Yeah. Can you have a brief introduction, like which college are you from, when did you graduate, and which attempt was this yours?
Yes, so basically, I graduated from 𝗬𝗲𝗃 State Medical University, Georgia. And this was my first attempt giving the FMGE exam.
Which city are you from in India? From which place in India?
In India, I'm from UP. Right now, I'm in Dubai because my family settled here. So I gave the exam, waited for my results, and I came back.
So you just came to India for the exam only, and then you came back.
Yeah.
And it must be such a difficult thing, staying away from parents and coming and preparing for the exam, such an intense exam, and going back. How did you feel through the whole journey?
It was very overwhelming, to be very honest, because of course staying away from home is something difficult. But of course, if you need to achieve something, you need to have some sort of sacrifices. Yes. So I decided to take offline classes at 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏. And I think it was a very good decision for me.
Nice. Like you were studying in TSMU. When did you start focusing on the preparation? Were you good from the very first year preparing academically, or did you start up in the middle of your university class?
I would definitely do my classes well. I would perform in my classes during the university, but it was not to a level where I would retain things in my head. So it was just temporary basis, doing classes, answering midterms, exams, and then forgot. So that was about the university. But about focusing, it was mainly in my last year, final year, that I focused on the exam, the upcoming exam.
So you took up your classes in your final year, right? So that is where.
Yeah, I took 6 months online classes from 𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 itself. And that was just for me to get an idea. And I really remember you had an online class with us. We spoke about how to start preparing from before. And you guided us that we need to have an idea before we go back to India and actually have it for the first time there. So
I remember a lot of students in the foundation batch. I think if you remember, 𝗬𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 was there, 𝗬𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 was there, you were there. All the group that was there. Now you have scored extremely well, and really happy to know most of your scores are very more than 200. How much did you score here now?
I scored 206.
Nice. So that early start has that advantage. And did you feel that advantage going forward in the offline classes in Arise Delhi?
It really did because there were certain things, although I didn't revise, that's one thing I didn't do during the online classes. I used to attend class. It was a little hectic along with the university. But when I came back, I had a sort of memory. I could recall few things from online, even though without revision. Yeah, it did help.
How were your subjects when you came here? Which subjects were you afraid of when you landed in Delhi?
CSM and orthopedics. These two were always till the end. It's not just the beginning. Till the end, they were there.
What was your difference when you started from online to offline? And when you came to your final phase of preparation, what difference did you feel, and how did you, go about things?
So basically, in online, as I said, I was a little deviated because of doing classes along with university. So I wouldn't say that it was more effective to me personally, but it did give me an idea that there's something huge coming, of course. So I made sure that I didn't do that again. I came to offline, and now that I had all the focus, I was primarily focusing on making things easier from that point. Daily revisions, as soon as the class was over, at least we needed 2-3 hours. That and then we had weekly exams, and it all helped. Yeah.
And how was your whole experience at Arise? I mean, you had a lot of faculties to come up and meet. You had interacted with a lot of sessions that happened there. Each subject-wise experience, and we had a preparatory of exams. And was it very tedious, or you enjoyed the process of learning?
I mean, I personally enjoyed because knowing things from before is always good. So as I knew few things from before, I could add up to that.
Nice.
And the faculties, of course, we had really good faculties at, especially the offline classes which were held in Delhi. We had top faculties, whether it be from any platform. They were extremely good. They were cooperative. They made us understand from the base till the concepts were actually clear. And they were always open to doubts, to discussions, and it was great.
Nice. And did you attend all the classes, or were you selective in your approach?
I think except just one class, I did attend.
Nice.
That was orthopedics that I couldn't attend.
Okay. And about the, were you writing all the subject-wise tests, and were you performing well from the beginning?
Subject-wise tests, of course, we were giving it along with ARISE because they used to provide us after every subject. And I was scoring pretty well in those, but they were not that difficult, and they would tell us that it's just to prepare you. So that was just a step-by-step approach, but I wasn't giving grand tests initially, but I think towards November, I started to give my grand tests, and that's where I started to see, because I was too afraid before to give a grand test. That's one thing that everybody's afraid of. So I wanted to make sure I'm well known with at least 12 to 13 subjects to be able to give a grand test.
And was your preparation more of theoretical or more of a retrograde MCQ wise, or did you balance both? I mean, what was your core preparation strategy?
I would actually first focus on revising the notes, and then I would go to MCQs. I wouldn't do it in between the subjects because I felt that I needed to finish one subject to be able to be doing the set of MCQs instead of topic wise. That was my approach.
And I think, end of 19 subjects, you started up adding your GTs in November. And initially, how were the scores in GTs? Were they scary, or you were doing good in the very beginning only?
No, they were not scary. I think they all started with something like 170, 180.
Nice.
And initially they were like that, and later on they kept increasing. And in the end, I did like the GPs I gave in the month of January, specifically those, I somehow made it to 215.
Nice. So very close to exam. You were approximately about 200. Nice. So that happens, the trend happens, but it is important to keep giving GTs. You will start low in the beginning, but you'll get adapted, and And did you take GTs and these test and discussions and subject-wise tests seriously, or were you giving it very casually, like after the classes, the exams are over and stuff? Were you very serious in your approach when you're writing the exam?
I wouldn't say serious. I mean, grand test, it's something I want to stay calm. And with seriousness, I just tend to mess it up. So I was just basically doing it with a calm mind, thinking that it's just a paper to analyze where you stand.
Okay. And Nina, what do you think? I mean, is this whole preparation thing really so difficult, tedious, or is it a very overstated thing? What do you feel out of the whole experience? Or do you think, yes, it is genuinely requires a lot of effort?
I think I would say that it's just how composed you keep yourself throughout the journey. Because if you feel from yourself that it's a lot, it's going to look like a lot. But if you say something like one step at a time, and slow, calm, composed, and a scheduled manner, like if specifically if you say if you follow ARISE, how they put you through with the subject one by one, with the test, with everything discussions, if you go through them and you do trust them, main thing is putting your trust. If you do that, and I think it should be good.
And Hina, did you take part in the test and discussions that we do at the end of 18 subjects? Right?
Yes,
did it help you in any manner, or do you think it was helping you for revisions, or did you help you understand the approach towards MCQs?
Mainly the thing is the subjects that I felt very confident in. We used to have the test offline, and I used to take the test. And after the test, if I had gotten something wrong and I was confident about that, I would sit and watch that specific part because it was recorded as well. So I would go back to the video and watch that. But because we were short of time back then, so I would just watch the parts where I had a little doubt or something. Apart from that, I didn't watch test and discussion entirely, but revisions, yes, the rapid revisions I did.
Okay. And now, any specific teachers that you really liked, they enjoyed the subjects listening to, especially in offline sessions?
Offline, we had a lot of favorites, but something that I think I would say Rajiv sir for the
Nice.
ENT faculty. He was very motivating, and secondary we were all in a place where we needed somebody to tell us that we were there too. We have felt that we know how students go through, and he was always there, like always for the students, always. And Salman sir, and a lot of them. I can't just name two, three. They were actually
Nice. So you enjoyed most of the subjects, right?
yes,
Yes.
sir.
Nice. And the fast track revisions, I mean, when you're very close to the exam, hardly 10 days before the exam, there's a lot of this work being done where a lot of faculties come in and teach you. Did you find it overwhelming? Did you stick to your own schedule, or did you follow what they were doing? And how did it actually help you? Or did you utilize that fast track revision, FTR sessions?
So basically, it was very, I mean, for me, because most of the subjects I went through the same faculty as I write. So especially, even we had sessions with Ismail sir, and 𝗲𝗃 is huge, but he made sure that within 2 days he was able to do 𝗲𝗃 and gynae together. So there are teachers. It was actually very helpful because when we schedule our own time, it takes a lot of time doing subjects. So that was something very nice.
And about the quick revision programs and the fast track revisions that were done offline in Delhi, were you part of it, or did you plan to study on your own at that phase?
No, of course, I was a part of it and I attended all of those. And they were really helpful because in that period of time, because when we finish studying so many things, we forget which is the high yield topic, which is the topic you must not miss out and you must not go to exam without looking through. So they made sure we went through it with them. Especially the session that you took for three subjects together. And it actually brushed up a lot of topics which we didn't do in the specific subjects, like random 3-day program he took for us. Priyansh Jain sir, yes. So that was very helpful because he integrated all the subjects together.
So really happy, I knew that, I seen you performing in the places and in all these test and discussion subject-wise exams. I really knew that, you would do it easily. But towards the end, I could see some stress coming in. And did the break in momentum, really disturb you guys when we had a postponement of exam, or how did you manage? Were you sticking with the schedule, or you went back home and came, or were you there only?
No, I went back home for 2 weeks because I wanted a break. So I went back and I came back. It took me like 2-3 days to get back to the timetable. But I made a new timetable from there because the previous timetable I had was for the 4th of December exam.
You had any low phases during the preparation? Why am I here? What am I doing here? I should, did you feel lost in the preparation during any phase of this preparation?
I wouldn't say lost, but there were times that I had self-doubt. And they were a lot, not like once or twice. I would sit there, I would really think to myself, maybe the scores that I'm getting right now is just purely on the basis of maybe, I don't know, guesswork. Or maybe by luck I'm getting those and it won't work in the exam day. So there were times that I would really not feel like studying, of course. I would sit by myself, I would want a break, and I would just stop. I would just stop completely, and then I would find ways to get back.
As I keep saying, all the effort that you do, right, there is will not get wasted. All the efforts that you're doing, the performance that you're doing, all of that will definitely help you. And I'm really happy that you did one of the best exams, and going forward, you're scoring 206 in the final attempt. And what would be your advice? What do you think is a single factor that has made you score such good numbers in the first attempt? Or if you look into your whole journey of your medical preparation and all, what would be your advice to your juniors listening to you? Like, they also must be in so much of doubt what the exam would be, what the upcoming exam would be, the problem with next and all. What would be your suggestion to them, a junior listening to you? What would be your advice to get such good scores in the first attempt?
I would say that stick to your notes, because even there were times during the end of the I would say revisions that I saw that so many people had been performing better in maybe one or two more subjects where I was a little low. I had that in me that maybe I should change, but I don't think there is a point of changing, because as I went through the questions in exam, I could see all of them were actually discussed in some of the other parts in the notes. But the whole point is about recall, and exam is only about recall, whatever you can, whatever you cannot. So I would actually recommend to read your own notes, and specifically handwritten notes. It makes you aware of which specific thing is written on which page, because that helped me a lot. I had the picture of my notes in my head, writing your own notes and revising them multiple times instead of searching for new sources.
One last thing, like what was your exam strategy, like exam day strategy? Did you sleep properly? They say to maintain your biological clock, wake up early in the morning. We all keep telling, all faculties ask you to sleep a day before. Did it all work, or you had a different schedule altogether?
We were asked to sleep early, of course, and they did make an effort for us to go back. They made sure that we all left the library, we left the institute, and we went back to sleep. But eventually, when we went home, I was on my bed by 10:30, I think, but I couldn't sleep. I couldn't sleep because I was thinking, and it's pretty natural, I think. I made sure my revisions are complete because I didn't want to step into the exam without the revisions. I didn't sleep that well,
Exactly.
but I wasn't disturbed. On exam day, mostly one thing that every single faculty told us was not to talk to anybody, because the exam would have been difficult for somebody, easy for somebody. So hearing all of that, it would make you panic. And I didn't discuss with anybody, but once the lunch break was going on, I could hear people talk something, this was that. And something really did make me feel that, I made so many things wrong. So it did affect me a little bit.
Did you find the support system at Arise helpful? The whole right from the staff, the reception of the whole students, they stay, accommodation, even in the your documentation part and travel to the exam centers. Was the team available for you when you needed them?
Yes, sir. So because it was our first exam and we had no clue of how documentation would work, how the process would work. So right from the beginning till from the time we took admission, they were guiding us. They were telling us, like, you must do this, you must do that. Not only the staff, it was the teachers, the administrators, everybody there, and specifically for the documentation, they took care of everything, from telling us that we need these documents to getting our fingerprints and everything, and transportation on the day of exam.
You didn't have to worry about where the exams were. Okay, how far
they just told us, you take care of your revisions, we'll take care of it.
Nice. I'm really happy, that you came with so much of trust to us. I remember, you finished your Georgian university exams, and you straightway flew to Delhi, and anybody into medicine, and now you are the first one in the family.
No, my brother is also a doctor.
Nice.
And his wife as well. So not the first one, but they're very happy.
No, really nice that you have added, so much of strength to your family in the whole process, and convey my regards to your parents, and also wishing you a very, very great life ahead, Dr. Hena. Really nice that you came in with so much of positivity. I remember you, taking early steps. You were one of the very first students who had taken admission into RIT, and really happy that it went well for you. Wishing you more success, and really nice talking to you, Dr. Hena. Okay, and keep guiding your juniors, so much, and stay connected. God bless you. Okay, have a bright future ahead, Dr. Hena. Okay.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you.